Hello and welcome back to Hardcore Minecraft Season 2 episode. This is either 43, not 43, it's year 53 or 54. If I can keep track of my episodes, because we're getting up there in numbers. But today you'll notice I have a bit, well, first of all, I have the stuff left over from last episode. We aren't going to talk about this. This does not exist. But I'm going to talk about the deep slate that's currently in my hand. I want the nether portal to be a darker building within this area. And that's what we're going to be working on today, is the nether portal. I want to get a kind of a circular thing done. I want this to be a tower of sorts that stands out in the village. And so I don't know if I want it to be a tower or like a temple of some kind, maybe. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out when I get up there and I figure out how much space I'm actually working with. Because my original building, I brought this up before, my original building was kind of put up in a haste very early on when I wasn't very confident in my building ability, so I went very safe, and I don't much like how it looks with the rest of the buildings that are up now. Especially next to the library. First of all, take the library into consideration, and then look at this. You can kind of see where it's falling short. Do I like it? Sure, but it's a very safe concept, and I don't like how these are showing from the sides. In general, I think I could have done better. So, I think I'm going to do a tower and then a building off to this side. What that building is going to be, I don't know. But this entire bottom floor is going to be up 1, and then the tower is going to be up 2. So, first steps first. First of all, we are going to put all the random crap that's in my inventory in the ender chest. I keep the stone cutter on me. Think we will throw our hoe in here for the time being. Keep the crafting table. There we go. Shortened on the amount of stuff that's in my inventory. Now, I've actually got to tear this whole sucker down. Which is going to be fun, if I use the right tool. Because I'm pretty sure there's like some netherrack still underneath here somewhere. Because this was actually a ruined portal originally. So, I'm just going to tear the rest of this down and I'll be back after it's tore down. Okay, now that's tore down. I am leaving the lanterns that are on both sides up. Because it's just lighting. And I'm also leaving the dirt that I found underneath there. Also, I was correct. Some of this does still have netherrack underneath it. But this is everything we managed to get back. Almost a full stack of spruce logs. Actually, a full stack of spruce logs. Just some of them were stripped. They're all spruce. But now I need to go grab some dirt. Because I need to, cover that up. Cover all that up. And then I also need to build this platform out a little bit because this actually isn't wide enough. So I am going to run back. I may try to reuse some of this in the building process. So I'm going to keep this in here. But I'm going to run back and grab dirt. I'll probably need at max like a 64. Also, this path may not end up staying. I may actually end up veering a path off of here and bringing it up this way. If this is actually going to become like a church-like building, how I'm envisioning it, with a tower on the back corner of it, this pathway may end up being moved. So I may end up taking down this light post to better reflect that, and moving it more so over here. Speaking of which, if I end up doing more stuff up here, I'm going to need to finish filling that in. For context, that's actually a ravine that shows up in my cave. You can kind of see my torches down there. This is an entire cave system that I've been steadily covering up. The library is actually built on top of this massive cavern. So big there was actually a tree that spawned in it. So I'm going to need to finish covering that up. Okay, now there's that. Now, I do want to put this up on a bit of a platform like that one. Okay, I think that sets us up pretty good for the tower base. And I think the tower is going to be the only thing kind of up on a platform, kind of like I have over there, because it's the only thing that really needs to be up on a platform. So I need to plot out kind of where the rest of the building is going to sit. There we go. And that fills in for the little chapel, and this could probably be the doorway into it. Just do like some little archway here. Just so we can have like the chapel shape. Just so we can have it kind of merge with the building a little bit. And this tower is going to have to be obnoxiously tall in order to actually look fairly decent with this. So there's probably going to be stairs there because all of this is going to be on a platform. I actually want to, next time I go to the nether, collect black stone to do the inner portion of this room. Oh my gosh, this nether portal is so loud. It's going to drive me crazy before the end of the day. Because I feel like blackstone would probably be more suiting with how dark the obsidian is. Okay, and I do have a stonecutter on me. I could probably just go ahead and grab that. Go ahead and get me like some... Actually, you know what? I could probably do deep slate tile. Hold on. Before I fully do this, I think I actually have some deep slate tile I've been saving. Because I originally was going to use it for something. Like, I think I was going to use it for the library. But I didn't end up using it because it felt too dark. And the tower, I think, after I get the full build in, I may try corrupting it. Or making it look more corrupted. Since it is kind of like going to be the nether. Since it is going to be the nether like peeking out a little bit. Let's do the little test patch here. Since this is where the staircase into it is going to be. I actually have a huge preference for deep slate tile. That actually gives me back that deep slate that I can use to convert later. And then get the stair variant. And there we go. That's our little platform for the tower. Now I know I have some spruce logs in here. I think we're going to continue doing the... I'm going to put dirt here as a filler block. Because this is just going to be a wall, and then this is going to be a wall. So this actually doesn't really need anything there. As we go up, it may end up becoming like a roof block or something. But I don't need to waste a block here, so I can just put dirt there. Alright. Now, good question. Where is the new door going to be? I like the feeling of it probably being here. Like coming up this way, and then it being along this wall somewhere. Probably towards the back. And it is going to be one of the bigger doors like that one. So it is going to be a 3 wide door. And I'm not sure if I can keep this as the actual wood type. Hold on, with the brightness of all of this, maybe I can use dark oak planks instead of spruce planks. Yeah, I prefer that. Oh, there's a block underneath there. There we go. I actually drastically prefer that. It matches with the spruce and the cobbled, not cobbled, but deep slate tile much better. Okay, and I think to match the tower to this... Well, that's fun. There's coal under my floorboards. Give me. I'm gonna fill that up with dirt. There's a spider down there. I don't want it. But I think I want to fill this all up with deep slate tile to kind of match, and then do maybe spruce wood as kind of like a little stage up here. Because you know how most churches, cathedrals of any kind typically have an elevated platform so that people in the far back can see. Even though this isn't that big of a chapel, I still want to do that. Alrighty, so I've got a bit of the flooring figured out. This is kind of like the little stage area that I was talking about. I think I'm actually going to do this and this as well. And then I'm going to have a lectern sitting here, probably. So that's the reason these are on the outside. But it actually looks pretty good. I like how that looks. Now, I've got to get some more of these walls in. I'm gonna be honest, you scared the ever-loving bejesus out of me, child. Oh my gosh, that scared me so freaking bad. Yay. I'm sinking the door in one when that happened. It appeared and it scared the bejesus out of me. That needs to be dark oak stairs. Okay. Now we're gonna have that, and then we're gonna put purple stained glass, probably with some magenta mixed in with it, behind here, or in this windowscape. So it looks kind of like the nether portal we have here, inside the window. Which is good. Now to try and figure out the rest of the building around that monstrosity. Oh boy. Alrighty, yeah, I drastically like how that's hitting more. So we're actually going to bring this entire floor up one more than the typical builds I do for my buildings. So it's going to be slightly taller just to encompass that. I am just going to pop a roof on that, so that's not going to get any taller. But this building is going to do the 2-story thing, just like all my other buildings, to help match up with the tower. The tower is going to have to be its own separate video at this point, with how big these buildings are getting. So, I want to get my butt back down from here. I need to go grab some more spruce logs, and then I'll be back. Okay, there we go. I fixed it. Now it actually matches on both sides, and the building is actually symmetrical. I'm not sure how much that helped here, but it's done. Okay, now I've got the stone corner bits in. Due to it being right up against the tower, these inner ones won't have a secondary one with them. And that's going to continue all the way up. I am just going to continue because of this corner. I'm going to continue the wall that's in here, or at least conjoined with the building. I'm going to keep that wall going, but when it comes down to it, I think that's how that needs to go. Yeah, because you're flat, corner, you're a corner, and then you're part of that. Okay. So that's how that has to sit. And this can come down here. I mean, that could probably turn into a stair, but I ain't gonna fuss about it. I need to get back up there, though. Just so the building kind of matches all the way up, I am just going to continue this wall. I'm gonna come back in and put, like, decoration and stuff on it later. But I'm just gonna do a little bit of that for right now. Just so I can kind of get a visualization as to how the tower is actually going to affect, because this is actually how high the first part of this tower has to be in order to contain all of the nether portal. Because I'm wanting this to kind of be on the more hidden side. Granted, I do want it turned. I do want to move it slightly to be more up against this wall of the tower, which I think I'm going to do now. Because moving another portal is kind of finicky. Granted, it's probably not going to move my nether portal far if I move it now. But I still want to check to make sure it's still good. Oh, that's loud. Okay. At least I won't have to deal with the nether portal making noise. I will replace this and then check to make sure its placement is still where I have it in the nether. Granted, I need my flint and steel for that, so I'm probably gonna have to run back to my house. This is gonna take me like 20 minutes just to do this. Okay, now I have fully moved my nether portal. Just sticking it in, instead of being in the middle of the room, it is now up against one of the walls of the building. And granted, it's probably gonna have like some window or something behind it, but it's better it sit here than, say, in the center of this room. because it was getting all up in the way. Now to check and make sure this is still in the same spot. Pretty sure it's going to be. Oh. And I was correct. It is still in the same spot. So we're good. Meow. I need to get some purple and magenta glass. I know I had some glass smelting. Problem is the dyes. Magenta is easy. I can get magenta, no problem. Purple, on the other hand. Purple's a little bit finicky. My storage area, now that I think about it. In here. Oh! I forgot I did that. I have plenty of glass. More than enough. Hold on, I need to go drop off these spruce saplings. Don't look at me like that, Wall. I don't need your judgment, okay? There we go. Just some purple and magenta glass. Now, the color difference isn't too much, but it's just barely noticeable, which is kind of what I was going for. Now I gotta get up there and work on getting the second floor in place. How are we going to access the second floor? Not a clue. Will I just leave it open to the bottom floor? Maybe. I'm honestly thinking that's how that's going to be. Just fill it in with dirt for the time being. Okay. Oh. Ow. This is the second floor getting up and started. And I'm debating whether or not to take this piece and do this up to be a second story as well. Alrighty, but sadly that is all the time I have for today. I've spent an hour working on this place, and I'm getting somewhere. Next episode we definitely are going to be finishing this. Oh, if I can stand up. It is going to be a massive building, and possibly having a second story on that as well. And then a huge tower off next to it. That's just barely getting started. This building is going to be massive, and with it standing right next to the library, I think it's a good thing to have over here. Seeing as we have so many big buildings back here, I do like the look of it. Although for the last touch, I will be doing kind of like the new experimental path. Because I think we're going to connect it to this side, and then bring it along here. Instead of having that mess right there, we're going to bring it up over here. And then maybe use that path to go off and around the tower instead. So turn it, instead of going directly into the building, going around the building. And taking it into the hills behind us. Taking it off back that way. So we can begin to fill all of this area up with buildings as well. So with all that kind of put out there, and the nether portal being loud as all get out and moved, I will have to say goodbye for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye!